You fix your collar?
Yeah, because I'm always all over the place with that.
No, you look good.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, look good.
Oh, thank you.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, you ready to go?
All right.
All right, I'm ready to go.
Oh,
yeah, I'm going to start.
I got to get in the frame.
Yeah. That look good?
Yes, sir.
All right. Hey. Hey, everybody. Dean Stevens, ABC News 4, with a giggling Quintin Williams here. What we're going to do here. Quintin Washington. All right, let's start again. 3, 1. Hey, everybody. ABC News 4's Dean Stevens here with a giggling Quintin Washington. So we're going to do Quintin's on camera a little differently this time because we're going to turn the camera on Quintin. Right? Because Quintin is always interviewing people. No one ever interviews Quintin. So I told Quintin that it's time for him to be interviewed. When was the last time you were interviewed? Do you remember?
That was the City Paper, 2016, August of 2016. But I'll back it up. They interviewed me somewhere before that. So it was probably a month before, in July of 2016.
Been a few years.
3 years at least.
So how did all this start?
Quintin's Close-Up started because I was working at WLC in Somerville as a freelance reporter for their Port City Lifestyle show.
Yep, I remember that.
And I was shooting stories on my flip video camera, went out on the streets and did man on the street segments. And they eventually gave me Quintin Reports, an interview web show. And once they got sold to a Christian television station, everyone got laid off, and I decided to go on my own.
That wasn't very Christian of them. So from what year was that?
That was 2011.
2011. So you've been doing this for 8 years.
Well, it's Quintin's Close-Up since 2012.
2012. All right, so 7 years.
Yes, sir.
So how many do you think you've done?
Oh, over 1,000 plus. So I'm getting probably close to 1,500 by now.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Okay, stop calling me sir. So how do you go about setting these up? Because you seem to have like one every single day.
Every day. I do at least 9 interviews a week. It depends on what's going on in the community and breaking news and whatnot. I just call them up. I'll text them, Facebook them, whatever I need to do to get the interview. That's how I go about it.
Has anybody told you no?
Maybe 3 or 4 people.
Name them.
Oh, it's Jenny Sanford. I'm still trying to get Charlie Condon.
You haven't done Charlie Condon yet?
No.
Do you want me to call him? I can ask him right here. Yeah, we'll call him right then. Okay, and who else?
Well, in the beginning was Tom, but we eventually got that done.
Tom
Crawford.
Tom Crawford said no?
In the beginning, I can understand why.
I don't, but why?
He didn't want the spotlight on him. He's trying to be more relaxed these days, and I understand that.
Okay.
There's a couple more people. And most of those people were kind of like, oh, not right now, wait till later on, or this is the right time to do it. So that had happened like that.
But you just kept pushing on. Right. Okay, so aside from me and Dave and Sonia, because we're all here in the studio with you, who were the most memorable interviews that you've done?
Well, I interviewed former Ohio Governor John Kasich, and that was obviously, 2016. When
I liked him.
Yeah, he was a great guy, nice guy, easy to talk to, quick interview.
Right.
So it was great. Martin O'Malley, he was a good one. But this is right after the presidential campaign. Yep. He came to Charleston and spoke to the College of Charleston Democrats. Those are some of the good ones. Memorable. That's hard. It's so many to think about.
I know.
Lord.
So you do 9 a week,
yes,
right?
Sir.
You don't have people probably don't know this about you, right? You don't drive a car, do you?
I don't know how to drive. That's breaking news.
You don't know how to drive? No, why not?
I dropped out of driver's ed school at Burke High School, senior class in 2004, because I wanted to get in the video production class. So I went into video production and learned how to, do editing and whatnot. So that's why I never learned.
And so you bus everywhere?
Bus, and these days Uber. And I try to keep my interviews downtown sometimes, so I'll walk to places where I need to go.
All right. I'll let you drive my car after this. You want to try?
I don't know how.
I'll teach you. So you do all these interviews. You talk to, everybody. Where do you like when you wake up in the morning? Do you read the newspaper right away? Where do you get your news from? How much do you read? What websites do you go to?
I go to all of them. All that you can think of. I read the Post and Courier. I watch you all. The other competing stations. I read Fitz News. All sorts of neighboring newspapers and magazines and websites as well.
Have you ever interviewed Will Folks with Fitz News?
No, it's surprising because he's always put my
He's
interviews on his website.
He's a mess. We could maybe set that up on a little phone interview with him.
Yeah, I don't know if he's still in Columbia, but
He is.
Well,
We'll get that. All right, I'm gonna make a checklist. We can call Charlie Condon. I'll call Will. We'll get that set up.
You can't write on here.
So you get all these interviews. You're obviously very knowledgeable about what goes on around here, right?
Yeah.
So are there aspirations to do something else?
No, just do this. This is what God has appointed me to do. I mean, I like doing this. I mean, I felt like I should have been doing this years ago or for a lifetime, but this is what I really want to do.
And you do it well.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
So tell people about yourself. Like, this isn't your only job, right?
Yeah.
What else do you do?
I work at Phi Church during the week, Monday to Fridays, and then on the weekends I'm working at Palmetto Carriage. So I'm greeting people when they come into the barn.
So do you have any off time for you?
No, I'm looking for that. Even just a sneak away for a day trip. That's what I want to do right now.
So if you had a day trip, what would you go do?
I would go down to Jacksonville, Florida, or even Savannah.
And do what? Why those two places?
Savannah is historic, kind of like here. Jacksonville, I've always loved big cities, especially because I love Chicago, and I've been there before. But, Jacksonville's kind of similar as far as size and whatnot, but I like big cities, so that's why I want to go to Jacksonville.
Why were you in Chicago?
Chicago, 2002. I was in high school, junior year of high school. That's when I was working at Bubba Gums. Ironically, they just closed. Just closed. So that was like 19 years ago, and I ran the Chicago Marathon. Did it on my own.
You ran the marathon?
Yes, sir. 5 hours and 2 minutes.
And do you still run?
Still do run today.
When was the last marathon you did?
That was it. That was...
Was that the one and only?
No. I want to do more. Because I like a challenge like that. I like something rigorous like that to keep me going. So, running a marathon is something I definitely want to do again.
Wow, that's a long time from then. And now, Dave Williams ran a marathon.
Yes, that's right.
You know how many marathons I've run? 0.
Nutty. Well, did you ever do a bridge run? No.
I did the bridge run one time with my oldest son, Jack. He was about 9.
Okay.
Or 10. And so I ran with him.
Yeah.
And I felt like that was plenty. I think God wanted me to run one bridge run and then no more running.
No more running. I don't
like running so much.
It's intense. I like it.
So how old are you?
Right now, I'm going to be 35 in October.
35 in October. And you still live downtown?
Still live downtown. I love downtown.
Still live in the house you grew up in?
Yeah, we've been there since I was in Burke. Well, when I came to Burke in '99, that's when we moved into the house. So yeah,
it's been born here,
born and raised in Charleston.
So being in part of the downtown scene and interviewing everybody, tell me about your thoughts on how downtown has changed.
It's changed a lot. I can't even recognize my own hometown, and yeah, some of it's good, some of it's bad. But what's
the good part?
Oh, you have a connection to a lot of. With me, when I'm walking up and down King Street, I'm always sightseeing. So I see people who I want to see, or see people I know, or I might not, know a restaurant that I've seen, heard about. So I've always wanted to go and, sightsee and be able to, be inquisitive.
Downside? What's the downside of all this growth down there?
Oh, right now it's just the traffic. Yeah, it's kind of hard to navigate with the tourists and, all the vehicles and whatnot. But I try to navigate it with public transportation and walking on my own.
The flooding's never going away. Do you think?
And that's what and that's why I'm here with Quintin's Close-Ups to ask those folks the tough questions. What are they going to do about flooding? And particularly in certain areas in downtown Charleston that are prone to flooding. You have Morrison Drive, you have the Crosstown, you have South Street, America Street. I mean, our street on Hanover Street is okay, but other locations are very flood prone, and people want something to, want the city that is to do something about.
Well, they just did the Dutch dialogue,
right.
So we'll see how that works out for us. Crime downtown, right? We had this horrific shooting last week on Hanover Street where a man is shot and killed, right? You see more of that now down there. What are your thoughts on that?
The area has changed dramatically from the time that we moved to the east side to right now. And I know people talk about gentrification, but change is always good. And, you see the change on the east side. And in that particular area, we never see any crime down there because it's relatively quiet where we live in that area where that crime happened.
But it's happening. It's happening. All right. So if you could live in one city, where would you be other than this one?
I don't know. I have always wanted to live on Main Street in Columbia. I mean, just live.
That's it?
Yeah, right there.
You have like The whole country you could choose from, and you want to live on Main Street in Columbia.
I love Main Street in Columbia. It's one of the best streets in America. Even Richmond, Richmond, Virginia, or even DC.
If you don't like traffic here, you're not going to like the traffic in DC.
I'm going to take the subway.
Ever go to college?
Yes, I went to the College of Charleston for a while. I got there, but it was a conditional, admission where if I did well, then I'll
Right.
But I got accepted to VCU.
Nice.
Got accepted to also DePaul University in Chicago as well as Loyola, but out-of-state tuition is bad.
Very expensive.
Yes.
It's expensive to go to college.
It is these days.
Right? So many people have student debt, so you don't have to worry about that, right?
Well, no, I still have my student loans from the College of Charleston and Trident Tech.
Oh, good gracious.
Yeah.
Do you have any brothers or sisters?
I do. One of my brothers is at Coastal Carolina up the road in Conway. He just went back a week ago, so he's studying.
He's in school?
Yeah, right there, majoring in music education.
What's his name?
Quintin, Washington.
And just one brother, no sisters?
No sisters at all. I have a middle brother as well.
You're not going to talk about him?
He's great. He has kids, and we just
lives in town.
Yeah, he lives in town. He works 2 restaurant jobs, and he's doing well.
You guys tight family?
Very. My mom taught us to be very, very tight. And of course, I've seen where certain siblings and family members don't get along, and we don't want to emulate that.
Yeah. Your mom still with us?
Yes, thank God. She survived breast cancer right around the time when I went to the College of Charleston in 2009. So that was very, very tough.
Yeah. Tell me about your mom. Must be a great lady. Tell me about her.
She just retired from Roper Hospital after 27 years. And right before then, unfortunately, her mom passed away. So, now she's focusing on getting herself back to normal because she had back issues a year ago.
Yeah.
So she was out of work for a while. And she's still recovering from that.
Strong woman?
She is. Through the grace of God, she is.
Was she a disciplinarian?
Yeah, back then we got all that stuff. The broom, the belt, all of that stuff. That's how we did it. Yeah.
My mom used to get us with a yardstick. You know why? Because she could hit us from like 3 yards away. She didn't have to get real close to us. The fly swatter just wasn't, long enough.
That ain't strong enough either.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So, anything else we need to know about you that people don't know? Did you ever play sports?
Just running. That's it. They tried to recruit me to do track and field at Burke, but that didn't work out.
You didn't want to?
Nah. That's a little too strenuous for me.
Do you watch footballs on Sundays, Saturday, Sundays?
Yeah. Of course, now I got to root for Coastal Carolina, but I also root for USC. Yeah, but Coastal Carolina is...
Root for USC over Clemson?
Yeah. Well,
go ahead, say it.
When Mr. Bowden was there as head coach years ago, I loved Clemson.
Yeah.
I love Clemson, but no, I'm a USC fan as well as a Coastal Carolina fan.
So if you could invite one guy to dinner, you would invite Coach Bowden and not Coach Dabo?
You know what? He's a true man of God, so yeah, I would definitely invite him.
Okay. I was thinking about this today too.
Yes, sir.
So if you could invite 5 people to dinner, any 5 people, right? Dave and Sonia will prepare the meal. Right? Any living or dead, 5 people. Who you inviting to your table?
Oh man, Dick Gregory would be one. President Bush would be another.
Which one?
Well, George W. Bush would be good. He seems like a nice guy.
Okay.
Democratic wise.
Doesn't have to be anybody.
Anybody?
Yeah.
Barbara Walters. I know she's.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah. Diane Sawyer.
That's 3. That's 4.
Katie Court.
That's 5.
Yeah. That's about it.
Yeah, that's good. All right. What would you have at dinner?
Probably,
No, just say it. That's what we're here.
Chicken Caesar salad. That's like my favorite.
That's what we're having for dinner at my house today.
Really?
Yeah, you want to come?
Well, I got to go back downtown and work. I got to put once we're done with this, I got to do your interview, so I've got to go back downtown.
What about, what's your favorite restaurant downtown? Aside from the one you work at.
I like Verde. I always go there and get the kale Caesar salads.
Yeah.
That's a good place. Who else? I only eat pizza once a week now, and I know how to burn it off and all that stuff. But I usually go to Dow's Pizza, and I'll get their, vegan pizza.
Yeah. So you're a pretty healthy guy the way you eat.
I do my best. Or I drink it down with a lot of water.
Yeah. See, that's good, because I thought you were going to say beer.
No,
water.
No,
don't mess with that.
No.
Don't drink alcohol?
No, well, I have some people in my family who used to do that, so I don't want to emulate that at all.
You're a good man. All right. Very well. Favorite music? Like, what's the last song you listened to?
Oh, I do know what. Donnell Jones. You know where I want to be. So he's a '90s R&B artist. So that's what I listen to these days. '90s R&B. I don't listen to the new age music.
You don't like that?
Nah. I just go on YouTube and listen to all the '90s R&B.
Glad you brought up YouTube. So when I was watching you, I was doing my research on you today, right? So you got an app on Apple? You got an app in Google?
That's right.
How does that work? How did you get that done?
Larry Collette approached me maybe 2 years ago and said that he wanted me to basically increase my audience. So he gave me a free Quintin's Close-Ups app, and it's doing a whole lot better than YouTube. And let's see if I can find it.
Yeah, show it to me. What you got?
Okay. Here it is. Developed by Net Galaxy Studios.
Okay.
So this is, as soon as I put those interviews up, it goes right there. Like one I did today with Maurice Washington, who's running for mayor, put it right there. Jesse Williams, who's running for North Charleston City Council. Fleming Moore, who's running for Somerville mayor. Yeah, and on and on and on and on.
I know, I see that on and on and on and on.
Yeah.
Lisa Weissman.
Yeah.
What did you learn about Lisa Weissman?
She told me she's kind of quiet these days.
She is?
Yeah, I believe her. I take her at her word.
I met her one time. She was very, very nice to me outside of a Bed Bath & Beyond. So, yeah, nice lady.
Short in person.
Well, okay. What do you tell people about me? Short in person? Go ahead.
Oh, another thing that I love to do, and I do this I incorporate it into my work at Phi Church a lot, but I love the Mount Pleasant Town Center. So I can go there I love it there. I started going there back in 2001.
Yeah, that's a really cool place, isn't it?
Yeah, the Palmetto Grande, Barnes & Nobles.
What was the last movie you saw?
I went to see the Emmanuel documentary.
What did you think about that?
That was emotional, because we all covered that from day one, and so it was kind of surreal to go back and look at that from start to finish, and it's still going on because we're still looking for answers. But yeah, it was very emotional.
Yeah, I saw that as well. I thought it was really well done. I thought the insight of all those people they interviewed were just fantastic.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty neat.
Pretty neat. I knew Cynthia Hurd. She worked with me at the library. Yeah, she did work with me at the library when I was a kid there.
I'll be darned.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that does it for Close-Ups with Quintin. We are put Quintin on camera today. I'm Dean Stevens with ABC News 4. And if you want to check out this interview, you can go check out Quintin's app on Apple and Google. He also has a YouTube channel. I would say just Google it, and you'll find that. Did I miss anything?
Oh, sometimes, whenever they have the time, they'll put it on abcnews4.com.
Also abcnews4.com. You're a good man.
Thank you.
Thank you, brother.
Yes, sir.